What's up? Welcome into the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. We are live here on YouTube and on Rumble. I am Harrison Graham, not Chase Sr., but hey, it's all good here. Trace, we'll go ahead and get that fixed here. Producer Trace, he likes to clown on me sometimes, so we have a good time. Appreciate everybody for hanging out in the live chat. We'll let the audience build up a little bit here on today's show. Shout out your city. Let us know where you guys are watching from. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and Trace is just cracking up in my ear. Just the trolling is off the chain here. I'm good, Tony. What's up, Ja Morant? Victory Monday from Dale Webb Jr. We got Tony here in Dallas, Ja here in Texas. We're here in Dallas, Texas as well. Wow, that really what was that? Whale. We're off the rails early here. We're getting crazy. Is Elizabeth Reed out there?
Where's Elizabeth?
Trace wants to know.
I miss my girl Elizabeth.
Wayne Neal says Joplin, Missouri. We got Ari in Kansas City, Missouri. Guillermo says St. Louis. Grace in Vandalia. We got JB in North Bergen, New Jersey. Daniel in St. Louis. Let's see. Who else we got tuning in here? What are the real ones saying today? What are the real ones saying? We got Dale in Hagerstown, Maryland. St. Joseph, Missouri from Gary. We've got Tony said I missed you too, Tony. I hope you had a good Halloween, Thanksgiving. This is really off the rails early. Can we start over, Trace? Can we try this again? Let's just
Why for yes and for no? Do we run the intro video, run it back, and start over?
Hold on. Welcome into the. I'm just kidding. We got Dan in Nashville. Frogs win. Hey, one more.
Hey,
one more. Let's go.
Frogs. Let's go, Frogs. Let's go, Frogs.
Come on, baby. I need it. Sheldon says Baltimore. We got Mike in Tampa. Where are you guys? St. Louis, St. Joseph, Hagerstown. You guys are all over the place. Always representing Jeremiah in Palmer Lake, Colorado. All right, biggest game left on the Chiefs' schedule this Sunday. Who you got? Type KC for the Chiefs. Type CIN for the Cincinnati Bengals. Who you're rolling with on Sunday? KC for the Chiefs or Cincinnati or CIN for the Bengals? Let us know in the comments. And Trace, why don't you give us some shout-outs real quick? I'm tweeting this out real quick. Who you got here on Sunday? Trace going to give you all some shout-outs.
Let's do it. So Guillermo's got the Chiefs. Gary's got the Chiefs. Jeremiah's got the Chiefs. He's got the KC Chiefs. Brian Schaefer's got KC. Grace Smith's got KC. Rich Chimp, KC.
Let's
Clips,
go.
KC.
Hey, you got to beat the Bengals, and Mahomes talked about that because we know what happened last year. The Bengals won in the regular season and in the playoffs, that big comeback win. If you're the Chiefs, you need to win this game.
Dale Webb's saying he's not asking. He's saying TCU versus Georgia national championship. That's my pick.
We'll see.
Let's make it happen.
Someone's asking me if I could do a Frogs watch party. If they are in the playoff, I will be in attendance. I will be in the
Not
building.
in studio.
No. As fun as that would be, I will be at the stadium. So that is how it's going to roll. I'll be there this Saturday, too. Trizzy Trace, he might come and hang out, too. So we'll see. Ja Morant says KC. Daniel says KC, but it will be close. I could see that.
Guys, if you guys send some super chats, then maybe I could be able to go out and afford to go out with them.
Ooh. You heard Trizzy.
Just saying.
Get Trizzy to AT&T Stadium.
Help pay my tab.
Yeah, let's go.
Pay my tab.
Let's go. KC or CIN. Kenneth says Kansas City. Rob says YouTube takes away my like. Have clicked it 4 times now. Now, that's just wrong. Refresh, Rob. YouTube can't be cucking you like that. So, like the video if you love the Chiefs. All right. Let's get to the next question here. What do we got up next? Here on the Chiefs Report. Nick Bolton going to have another pick. That'd be nice. All right, our weekly OBJ check. Do you want the Chiefs to sign OBJ? Type S for sign, P for pass. I don't know exactly what happened in this airport incident, but we'll talk about it here in a little bit. But do you want OBJ? S for sign, P for pass. Kenneth says sign. Tony says pass. Rich says pass. So does Jeremiah. Clip says, what's up, Harrison? I'm Mahomes Beast 15. I'm currently a TCU and Georgia fan because Michigan dogged on my Buckeyes. Well, rough day for Ohio State on Saturday. It was a bloodbath, to say the least. Sheldon says pass. So does Grace, Tony, Rob, Rich. Dale says sign him. Nick says pass. Chief Central says sign. Guillermo says sign. Pass from Brian. Gary says pass. Ari and Ray say pass. Jeff says pass. Richard says sign. Daniel and Grace say pass. Are y'all saying pass because of the incident on over the weekend, or just because you didn't want him to begin with? Because I feel like more people wanted him last week. Church says pass. Grace says pass. Clemson are frauds. They are. They're out of it now. Thank God. Thank God that Spencer Rattler came through. Needed it.
Remember when they lost to Notre Dame?
By 21. Yeah, just not close. Not close. Church says yes. We'll see. We'll see. Someone says if Hardman is still out for more than 3 weeks, sign him. Yeah, I could see that. Could depend on Mecole Hardman's injury recovery status. All right, what do you guys think? Is Patrick Mahomes a lock to win MVP? Now, let's make this clear. A lock means there's no way he could lose it. So I would actually answer this as not yet. He's not a lock yet, but he is the heavy favorite. So if you think he's a lock, you think it's a done deal, type L for lock. If you don't, type N for not yet. Kenneth says lock. Tony says not yet. Ray says lock. Sheldon says not yet. Church says not yet. John Morant says lock. Tony and Nick say not yet. So does Guillermo. Rich, Chimp, and William say not yet. Josh says lock. Dale says lock. Not yet from Brian. Not yet, but close from Grace. James and Joshua say lock. I'll say this. If the Chiefs are the number 1 seed in the AFC, I think he'll win it pretty easily. If they lose a couple games, say they lose this Sunday to the Bengals and maybe another team takes first place, maybe Tua or Jalen Hurts could sneak up and win it, but Mahomes is the favorite. There's no doubt about that. Ari says lock. Close to a lock from Richard. Charles says not yet. Super Bowl lock. I can't say a Super Bowl lock. Way too early to say just that. All right, you want to get on the show? You want your question answered? Then here's how you can do it. Is we're going to have two mailbags today. Use the hashtag Chiefs and ask your question, or Super Chat. So, for example, hashtag Chiefs. Should the Chiefs sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Something like that. That could be an example of a question. So, hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get your questions on the show, and we will get to your questions. Go ahead and load them up. That way, producer Trizzy Trace, almost said Trizzy Chase, Trizzy Trace can find all of your questions. So hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. All right, Trace, tell the people what you're willing to do.
So, guys, we have 2 mailbags. We're hanging out in a little bit in between each segment just for a couple minutes, letting the audience continue to build up throughout the show. But if we get $100 throughout the entire show, I'm going to fill up a Freedom Funnel. So you put your drink in here, and then you chug it like so. So if we get $100 over the course of the day, I'm going to take a Freedom Funnel, and we're going to have a little bit of fun at the end of the live show.
And remember, guys, $50 Super Chat, and you get on the Chiefs Kingdom flag here. I got to get the darker Sharpie still, but we still got Elizabeth Reed, and she's got 7 tallies right here. Might be hard to see. We also got Ryan on there as well during our Chargers watch party. If you send in a 50, your name gets on the Chiefs flag. So, hey, $50 Super Chat, you're in the Chiefs flag club. If we reach $100 total, Trizzy Trace going to do a Freedom Funnel. So, hey, let's have some fun. Make it happen. If not, no big deal. We'll still get through the segments, and we'll have a day here. So, there you go. All right, before we jump into the latest Chiefs news and rumors, like the video. It's Victory Monday. Hit that like button. Chiefs have won 5 games in a row. They're scorching hot. They're on top of the AFC. So hit that like button if you are fired up about Chiefs Kingdom right now. Go ahead and like the video. We only got 23 likes right now. Come on. Got to get to at least 40 likes. Get to 40 likes. Tony Fuentes has liked the video. Let me know once you've liked it, and let's keep this rolling here. Bert says, KC, let's go. What about Alex Okafor? He's a free agent. You could sign him. Dale Webb Jr. has liked the video. Let's get to 40 likes. Need a couple more, and then we will be good to start this live show. Charles has liked it as well. And let's have a day. Let's have a day here on the Chiefs Report. So go ahead and like the video. We're at 39. Let's get one more. I think corner is possible. Do you think we will win versus the Bengals? Ray, that's a good question. Add the hashtag Chiefs on there, and you will be good. There we go. Over 40 likes, up to 44. Like the video if you haven't already. And let's get into today's show. Latest Chiefs news and rumors coming at you right now. Happy Victory Monday, Chiefs Kingdom. I'm Harrison Graham, and you're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. And on today's show, I'm going to get you caught up on the latest Chiefs news and rumors as we move on from the win over the Rams and move forward to the game against the Cincinnati Bengals on the road. Very big matchup in Week 13. Let's get you caught up on the latest around Odell Beckham Jr. as there was an incident at the airport in Miami yesterday, as a report came out that OBJ was removed from an airplane, was apparently going in and out of consciousness. Unclear exactly what has happened here. Here's Dov Kleiman tweeting this out saying, free agent Odell Beckham was kicked off a plane on Sunday. Flight crew said OBJ was in and out of consciousness and wouldn't put on his seatbelt. The flight got delayed after Odell refused to leave, forcing everyone to get off. Adam Schefter added this as well. Here's what one executive on a team linked to Odell Beckham Jr. said this weekend about the accidental landing spot or potential landing spot. He says it sounds like it will be Dallas. If you're in Vegas, your 2-1 favorite is the Cowboys. Everybody else is 5 or 6-1. So that's the latest in terms of who he's expected to go to. But as far as this flight situation goes, here's OBJ's lawyer releasing a statement saying, earlier today, Odell Beckham Jr. boarded a morning flight in Miami without any problems. The flight was delayed after boarding prior to takeoff. Mr. Beckham fell asleep with the blanket over his head, which is his normal practice for long flights. He was awakened and told that the plane was back at the gate and that he needed to get off the plane because he did not put his seatbelt on when asked. He responded that he was asleep and that he would put his seatbelt on at that time. He was informed that it was too late and that either he would have to get off the plane or everybody would have to deplane. Couple thoughts. If it's true what OBJ's lawyer is saying, which who knows, right? That's pretty silly. Just have him put a seatbelt on. But number two, and in terms how it impacts what his future in the NFL is I don't think there's any impact whatsoever. I don't think the Chiefs or any other team that might sign Odell Beckham Jr. is going to be like, oh, dude, you fell asleep on a plane and weren't very cooperative. You are unable to play for our team. I don't think that will be the case whatsoever. Now, as far as what his plans are in terms of potentially signing, right now he has 3 reported visits with a couple of different teams. He's apparently going to meet with the Giants on December 1st and 2nd, the Cowboys on December 5th. Apparently he's got a meeting with the Bills as well. That one has not been scheduled, at least not publicly. And that's it right now. So no meeting with the Chiefs publicly scheduled right now. No meeting with the 49ers, another team linked to OBJ, and I would say that it's fair to assess that the chatter between OBJ and the Chiefs has certainly at least quieted down a little bit. Now, I don't think the Chiefs have been eliminated from contention. Maybe who knows? Maybe he's very interested in the Chiefs, but he wants to meet with these other teams first, see what they have to offer. So hard to say at this time, but with those meetings in the first week of December, maybe second week of December, he's going to sign with someone. I guess we will have to wait and see. And if there's any new news, rumors, buzz around OBJ, we will be sure to have you covered. Now, I want to ask the Kingdom, do you want the Chiefs to sign Odell Beckham Jr.? Simple yes or no type of question. Type S for yes, you do want to sign him. Type P for pass, you don't want to sign him. Let me know, do you want the Chiefs to sign OBJ? I can promise you this, if the Chiefs do sign Odell Beckham Jr., we're going to either be live or at least publish a video breaking down that signing. So don't miss it. Hit that sub button here on the Chiefs Report because when news and rumors drop, we have you covered with the video. So hit that subscribe button here on the channel and don't miss any of our Chiefs videos. All right, let's get an injury update on Kadarius Toney as Andy Reid says he's working hard at getting back. Toney, of course, kind of aggravating that hamstring a couple of weeks ago. Here's what Reid had to say. And further, he said he's working hard at getting back, and we are being cautious with it. We'll see how he does this week as we go forward with it. We're trying to bring him back. We're going to try to not bring him back and then have any setbacks after that. We don't want to go through that. So basically what Andy Reid is saying is Toney's working hard, he's rehabbing, but we don't want to do is bring him back too early, then he re-aggravates it. We saw that with Keenan Allen this year. The Chargers tried to push him back early on a couple of occasions, re-aggravated it, and he basically missed the first 2.5 months of the season. I'm taking that away from, I don't expect Kadarius Toney to play this week. I don't think he's going to be available this Sunday. I would expect the Chiefs to continue to be cautious here. I would expect the Chiefs to continue to not force the issue, and we will continue to assess this situation. So that's the latest on Toney. We got some news after this sponsor. I want to talk about Fanatics, and then some news just coming in. I'll just talk about it here for a second here, so stay with us. Chiefs making a signing. But I do want to tell you about a Cyber Monday deal that we have going on right here. Trace, get these Patrick Mahomes jerseys on screen here. Patrick Mahomes jerseys on sale for 30% off at chatsports.com/Mahomes. It is chatsports.com/Mahomes. You can get this for 30% off right now. So, hey, chatsports.com/Mahomes. We'll get that link in the live chat for you guys. It's in the description of this video. Take advantage. Cyber Monday deal. Usually these jerseys are like $130. Right now they're less than $100. Go check it out. It's chatsports.com/Mahomes. chatsports.com/Mahomes. All right, the news coming in, and hopefully we get a couple graphics here, is Melvin Gordon is signing with the Kansas City Chiefs. We talked about this last week as a possibility, and now it is happening. Melvin Gordon, per reports, is signing, as Tom Pelissero had the report that he's going to sign to the practice squad, which is intriguing, right? The Broncos released him last week. I kind of talked to you guys about the pros and cons of Melvin Gordon. The pros, he's a vet, he's had a lot of success, and he knows this division very well. The cons, he's got 5 fumbles this year. He was only averaging 3.5 yards per carry for the Denver Broncos. These are his stats for the season as a runner: 318 yards, couple touchdowns, those 5 fumbles, I think 4 of which were lost, so he certainly struggled with ball security this season, but it'll be interesting to see what this could mean, right? I mean, and by the way, Pelissero saying Gordon should be active soon, so they're going to probably elevate him to the active roster at some point. Does this mean that the Ronald Jones experiment is short-lived? Does this mean that Clyde Edwards-Helaire is not going to return this season? Who the hell knows what it means on that front? But at worst, this is a vet who gives you some depth at the running back position. I know Andy Reid has been frustrated with the inconsistencies in the running game. Isaiah Pacheco has certainly emerged as a solid player, but he's still a 7th-round rookie, so to have a vet like Gordon to possibly take some of those carries is certainly valuable. Jarrett McKinnon's still going to have a big role as the pass-catching back and a third-down back, someone who can pick up blitzes as well. So this is interesting. I'm very, very interested to see what Melvin Gordon's role ends up being in Kansas City. But that is the news, that the Chiefs are signing Melvin Gordon to the practice squad with intentions of elevating him to the active roster very, very quickly. So let me know, do you guys like the signing of Gordon? Type L for like, type D for dislike. I like it fine. Doesn't cost you much money. I don't think he's a starting running back at this point, but he knows this division. He can offer insights in that regard, and he's a vet. He knows how to play very, very much so. So L for like, D for dislike. Do you like the signing of Melvin Gordon? Let's get you guys caught up on the MVP race now, as Patrick Mahomes is a heavy favorite here according to the latest betting odds. Patrick Mahomes came into last week as the favorite and left last week as the favorite, as sportsbooks have released their latest odds. Latest sportsbook odds here are as follows. Patrick Mahomes minus 150 to win the award. So if you bet $10, you'd have to bet $15 to win 10 there. Jalen Hurts plus 375. He had a strong Sunday Night Football performance, so he's the runner-up right now. Tua Tagovailoa at plus 550. Josh Allen at plus 1,200. And then Joe Burrow at plus 2,000. I think it's pretty clear that this award is Patrick Mahomes to lose. The way he's been playing this year, he leads the NFL in touchdown passes and in passing yards. He's been fantastic. Played about his C-plus game against the Rams and still threw for 320 yards and a touchdown. He was really good in that game, and obviously all year he's been really good. I mean, look at the numbers: 66%, almost 3,600 yards, 29 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, a passer rating of 105.3. I think he is well on his way to winning a second MVP trophy. Now, is it a lock? Is he for sure going to win it? too early to say that. But like I said, I do think it's his award to lose at this point. And if the Chiefs win on Sunday against the Bengals and he outplays Joe Burrow, who's kind of a secondary candidate right now, that would probably eliminate Burrow. And then if the Chiefs keep winning the rest of the way, I don't see how anybody can catch him unless the Chiefs kind of falter down the stretch a little bit. So what do you think? Is Patrick Mahomes a lock to win MVP this year? Type L for lock or type N for not yet. I can't say he's a lock just yet, but I do think he's a heavy favorite. So L for lock, or you can type N for not yet. Little injury update as we get ready for Chiefs-Bengals. We talked about Kadarius Toney earlier. Now let's talk about a big weapon on the other side, Ja'Marr Chase. Does it look like he's going to be playing? Well, certainly seems that way. The latest reports are that Chase is expected to return from his hip injury this week. He's missed about a month with Cincinnati, and obviously that's a big deal for this matchup. Ja'Marr Chase in the regular season matchup last year absolutely torched Kansas City. Chiefs did a pretty good job on him in the playoffs, but we know how capable he is. This year he has 605 yards and 6 touchdowns, and again, that's with him missing the last month or so. So he is a very, very capable player, and a big-time matchup this weekend. Both these teams want to be as healthy as possible, so Cincinnati getting their top weapon back on offense for Joe Burrow, it appears. We'll see how the injury reports for each team shake out throughout the week, but Joe Burrow getting a nice weapon back, it appears. This matchup this Sunday at 3:25 Central Time in Cincinnati, so we'll see how this matchup breaks out. So who you got on Sunday? Type KC for the Kansas City Chiefs, type CIN for the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me know who you got winning this matchup here on Sunday. All right, we'll get some shout-outs here. Crystal says KC. Church says KC. DBZ says KC. Jeremiah saying KC Chiefs. Charles says KC. I'd say so, yeah, if y'all are able to. Mike says KC. Just have him run the title by somebody. Obviously make it Gordon. Pretty focused there. Dale Webb says KC. Tony says KC. Okay, yeah, flash that tweet, Trace. Let's see. Rob says KC. Got Nick saying KC. What else we got here? All right, I got a title in there. Tell him that's good to go. Steven says KC. Nick says KC. Michael says KC. Kansas City. I love it, Austin. Here's a tweet from Pelissero. By the way, Melvin Gordon to the practice squad. Released by Denver last week. Gordon should be active soon. Another weapon for the stretch run. So Melvin Gordon on board. So we'll see how that plays out. But I certainly think that's an interesting addition. He's had a lot of success in the past. Not so much this year. But, hey, looking for answers at running back. I certainly don't mind it. All right, mailbag coming up. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get those questions on the show. Use the hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to load up those questions. And we will get them on the show. Got to use the hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. And Trey said he will do a freedom funnel if we reach $100 in Super Chat. Remember, $50 Super Chat gets you on the Chiefs flag here. We got Elizabeth, Reed, and Ryan already getting their names on there. So if you want to send in a $50 Super Chat, you can join the Chiefs Flag Club as well. If we reach 100 total, he'll do a freedom funnel. So hashtag Chiefs Super Chat if you Super Chat. Some potential incentives for you guys. All right, let's get into this mailbag here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report as we continue with our live show. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. Make sure another one. Yeah, Melvin Gordon confirms to Jeremy Fowler that he is signing with the Chiefs. So there you go. Alrighty, let's get into it. Mailbag time here on the Chiefs Report. Load up those questions and let's dive in. I'm Harrison Graham, and you're watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. And on today's show, we are going to answer all of your questions. So use hashtag Chiefs, then ask your question, or super chat to get your questions on the show, and we will answer as many as we can. From Dale Webb Jr., what's going on with Sky Moore and muffing punts? I just don't think he's very good at it. I don't think he's confident back there. The good news is he's looked more confident and comfortable and capable as a receiver the past couple of weeks, but I don't think you can keep putting him back there at punt return. I think you just got to put someone else back there. I know McCole Hardman and Kadarius Toney are hurt, but there's got to be somebody who can do it, and Sky Moore just has not been that guy. Church 816, what happened to Kennard? I just don't think he's that good. I mean, I'm hopeful that in the future he can at least be like a swing tackle, swing guard type, but he's been inactive all season, so I don't think he's progressed like the Chiefs would have liked up to this point. He was a, fifth-round pick, so, the hit rate on those are less than 50%. You just don't know how they're going to work out, so I'm still optimistic he could be a quality backup, but he does not appear to be in the mix to be a starter anytime soon. Kifa Racone, how much has the defense improved from your point of view? I do think it's improved. I thought Sunday was a good performance. Now you're facing Bryce Perkins, who's backup third string with the Rams, whatever. But I think the defense has been better this year than last year, certainly. Is it a great defense? No. Is it average to above average? Yeah. I think this is about a league average defense, and with how good the offense is, that's about where you need to be. If you can be average or better defensively with Patrick Mahomes in this offense, you're going to win a lot of football games. Last year the defense was below average, and it cost him in the playoffs. There's no doubt. Dale Webb Jr., promote Danny Shelton to the active roster. I keep getting asked about this from you and others, Dale, and it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen. I think they're happy with Kalen Saunders. They like Derek Nottie. Obviously, Chris Jones on the other side. So I think they're comfortable with the guys that are playing right now. Taylor Stallworth as well. From Clips, how will our defense stand versus the Bengals wide receivers with and without Chase? I mean, it looks like Ja'Marr Chase is going to play, and obviously that's going to be a challenge as he was having a big season before he missed the last month or so with a hip injury, 605 yards and 6 touchdowns. But, it's going to be challenging. He torched the Chiefs in the regular season last year. I thought they made a decent adjustment and slowed him down in the playoff game, but he's capable for going off for 100, 150 yards. There's no doubt. So this will be a big test. This matchup in particular will be a very big test for this defense because you have young corners, McDuffie, Josh Williams, Jalen Watson, all rookies, even L'Jarius Sneed going up against Chase, Higgins, Tyler Boyd. So Joe Burrow slinging the rock. So let's see how these boys stand up. It's on the road too, so it's going to be a big test. Chiefs Charlie. What's up, Charlie Brown? Is this year's team better than the Super Bowl team in 2019? It's a good question. I think it's capable of being better. I think, I think Mahomes, even though he won MVP that year, I think he's a better quarterback at this point in his career than he was then. You don't have Tyreek Hill. That team did. I think you have potentially more depth at receiver, though. I think the O-line could be better. The defense could be better than that group. So it's hard to say, but I definitely think it's a team capable of winning a Super Bowl just like the team in 2019 did. Now, what do you guys think? Which is the better Chiefs team, 2019 or 2022? Let me know down in the comments. I mean, up to this point, I guess we would have to lean 2019 because they won the Super Bowl. They proved it. But the Chiefs are going to have their chance again this year as well. So 2019 or 2022, you let me know which Chiefs team was better. Deciphered, is there any good news regarding Kadarius Toney? So the update from Andy Reid, here is a quote on him on Monday, says he's working hard at getting back and we are being cautious with it. We'll see how he does this week as we go forward. We're going to not try to bring him back and then have setbacks after that, so they don't want to bring him back too early, he said. But I think he's working hard. He's rehabbing. Hamstrings can be fickle. You don't want a Keenan Allen situation where you have a setback and he misses an extra 3 weeks. So I would guess he doesn't play against the Bengals, and we'll see beyond that. Austin Ogle, who do you think we play in the AFC Championship game? Well, Chiefs have to get there first. They're not just, guaranteed to get there. But I obviously think the Chiefs have a good chance of getting there. I would say one of Buffalo, Miami, or Cincinnati. I think it'll be one of those three teams. I don't think the Titans have enough offense. The Ravens, they just continue to be confusing. I mean, they lose to the Jags the other day. I don't think it'll be them. So it'll be one of those teams I just mentioned, I think. From Jay, could Juju come back fully this week? Yeah, I mean, he played a decent amount against the Rams. I think he's getting back to where he was, which was playing at a very high level before the concussion. And that's a good thing because Juju has been a really good player this year for this Chiefs offense. Now, something that's really awesome as well, just like Juju Smith-Schuster, are these holiday sales from our partners at Fanatics. And if you go to the link below, chatsports.com/Chiefs sale, you can find a bunch of different items at that link. Hats, beanies, hoodies, T-shirts, long sleeves, all kinds of gear for the Chiefs. Even these sweet shoes. I mean, I might cop a pair of these myself, these Nikes that are less than $100 right now. Chatsports.com/Chiefs sale. Some of this stuff up to 30, even 50% off, depending on when you look at this. Sometimes the Cyber Monday sale gets extended, but even if not, some of these items should still be on sale when you check it out. So go to chatsports.com/Chiefs sale. Go check out these items today and get you some Chiefs gear for the playoff push. Chatsports.com/Chiefs sale. That link in the comments and in the description of the video. All right, let's go to Freddie Martinez. Do you think Lucas Niang will be the starter later in the season? I don't know. I like Lucas Niang. I think last year when he was playing, he showed he could be that guy. He served as the backup, this past week for Andrew Wiley. I think Andrew Wiley, unless he falls off a cliff, will keep that job for now. I do think Lucas Niang's peak is better than Andrew Wiley's peak, but Andrew Wiley is a guy that has earned the trust of this coaching staff. He has started over 40 games in his career at different positions, and he's just been kind of steady. He's not great, but he's reliable. He's healthy, and he's done a lot for this team. Daniel Lamberth, how effective will Chase be this week? I mean, if he plays, I expect him to play at a high level and, be full throttle. I don't think he's going to have major limitations. So, yeah, I mean, Ja'Marr Chase is a guy that Kansas City's going to have to deal with. He's right up there with the Justin Jeffersons and the Tyreek Hills of the world as one of the top receivers in this league. So, obviously the Chiefs are going to have to focus in and help slow him and T. Higgins down. Tony, will you go live Sunday? I do believe I will be live this Sunday. I think that'll be in the works, so we shall see for sure, Tony, but that is the plan. And, hey, subscribe and turn on your notifications because then you'll know exactly when you go live. And if you're a real Chiefs fan, you'll subscribe to this channel. Trying to get to 34,100 subscribers. We're currently at 34,036, so help us get there and go ahead and subscribe today. Roderick says, should the Chiefs double Ja'Marr Chase? I don't think you can double him every snap because T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd are big-time weapons as well. But, excuse me, I do think there will be some times where there's a safety over the top, giving Chase an extra body to kind of cover up there. So I don't think it'll happen all the time, but I do think it'll happen a decent amount. Shout out your city and let us know where you guys are watching from. I'll be reading the comments, and let me know where Chiefs Kingdom is representing from. Appreciate all your questions on this mailbag. If we didn't get you on this mailbag, go ahead and follow me on Twitter or Instagram or both at HGramNFL, and you can slide in the DMs, ask me any of your questions there. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. It's at HGramNFL. Shout out your city. We'll get some shout outs, and then we got one more mailbag to go. So if you have more questions, load them up. Hashtag Chiefs for Super Chat, but we got Tatum and Laramie, Tony Fuentes and Dallas, Terry Singleton and Leavenworth, Kansas, Colby, Kansas from Troy, Wichita from Cole Keller, from Casey watching from Queens, New York. What's up, Church? South Bend, Indiana from Rogel, Springdale, Arkansas is where James is watching. Caden from Ogden. What's up, Caden? We got Achilles Coletas in Toronto. What's up? Randy in Albany. We got Devere in Hayes, Kansas. Austin in Haveland, Yokohama, Japan. What's up, Tom? Albuquerque from A Supreme. Continue to shout out your city on today's show. All right, one more mailbag to go. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get your questions in. It's hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat, and we will get you guys covered there with all of your questions. So hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat, and let's load them all up. That way producer Trace can get to your questions. Certainly need a few more of them. So hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get your questions on the show. All right, let's jump into them here on today's Chiefs Report. Be sure to load up your questions just like Nick Yates and Freddie Martinez just did. They just loaded them up. So here we go. Let's do it. Before we get into today's Chiefs mailbag, if you want to be a part of episodes like this, you got to subscribe to the channel because we go live every Monday and answer all of your questions. So if you want more interactive Chiefs content, hit that sub button, join the squad here. It's 100% free. Turn on that notification bell as well. That way you never miss an episode here at the Chiefs Report. I am Harrison Graham, and you are watching the Chiefs Report by Chat Sports. It's mailbag time, so use hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat, and we will get to as many of your questions as we possibly can. Let's start with Achilles Coletas. We're probably thinking ahead to the Bengals. Losing to the Rams was not in danger. Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. The Chiefs, there were some minor details that I thought they could have done better. Had to settle for 4 field goals. Mahomes threw a silly pick in the end zone, which he acknowledged he can't do. But that game was never in doubt. And, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if behind the scenes the Chiefs worked ahead a little bit on Cincinnati because Matthew Stafford was out. Rams had some other injuries. They were never going to lose that game at home to Bryce Perkins. Super chat from Dub Freak. Did you live stream the game commentary last night? I was unable to find it. Had the same problem last. I was live last week. I did not go yesterday with the holiday. There was a lot going on, but I do think we will be live this Sunday, so subscribe and stay tuned. The plan is to go live for that Chiefs-Bengals game because that's obviously a massive game in the AFC. Daniel Lambert, are you worried about the Chiefs' punt return? I think it's a bit of a concern. You know, I think once Kadarius Toney or McCole Hardman are healthy, one of those guys can handle those duties. But, yeah, I mean, Sky Moore has not been able to handle it. It's been a problem for whatever reason. So I don't think you can put him back out there. And I'll say this in general. If there's a weakness on this Chiefs team, and it's weird to say because Dave Toub's been a great special teams coordinator in his career, these special teams units are not great this year. Even Harrison Butker has had his issues. Now, he's kicked better the last 2 weeks, but it's been a problem. Special teams have been a weakness for this team in 2022. From Dale Webb Jr., who is a better number one, Juju or MVS? Oh, Juju. I like MVS. He's not a number one. Juju's even Juju's not a high-end number one. He's kind of a lower tier one or really a really good two, but he was playing like a one earlier in the year before he got hurt. MVS has never been a one. He'll never be a one. He's got limited route running ability, but he's a solid complementary receiver, though, and he made some good plays the other day. Freddie Martinez, would you rather face the Bills or Dolphins in the playoffs? It's a good question. I still would rather take my chances with Miami and Tua, even though Tua has been great this year. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are a nightmare to cover, but they haven't done it in the playoffs, that team. Buffalo has been to an AFC Championship game. They've given the Chiefs a couple of tough battles. So, even though the Chiefs have had the Bills' number in the playoffs, the Bills have beaten the Chiefs 2 years in a row in the regular season. So I'd rather take my chances with Miami, but I do think it's a good question, though. It's not as clear-cut of a call as you would think. From Church, Karlaftis finally got that first sack. Will he continue to cause pressure and get home? I hope so. He's been getting pretty good pressure all year. He just hasn't been able to finish plays. Nice to see him get one there. I think he's been solid for a late first-round pick. You know, he's not the flashiest player, but he plays with good strength and speed. So I hope he builds on that sack and continues to get home. I love Elizabeth Reed. Oh, my goodness. Are you worried about losing to the Bengals on Sunday? Am I worried? No. Could the Chiefs lose this game? Yeah, they could definitely lose this game. The Bengals beat them twice last year. Mahomes acknowledged, hey, he said after this game when he was asked about the Cincinnati game, he said, yeah, I played like crap in the second half last year and cost us the game. So I think Mahomes will take this game personally, this team doesn't want to lose to the Bengals again and then potentially face them in a playoff game like, can we beat them? I don't know. So I'm not worried, but yeah, it's a game to be concerned about. There's no doubt. Predict the score, Chiefs-Bengals. Who wins and what is the final score going to be? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Score prediction time for Chiefs-Bengals on Sunday. From Troy Kuhn, do you think OBJ will sign with the team this week? No, and here's why. Trace, you want to show those OBJ visits, that List 3 logo? Odell Beckham has a couple of meetings scheduled. If this report is accurate, then he's visiting with the Giants December 1st and 2nd, and then the Cowboys December 5th. He apparently has a meeting with the Bills set up. We don't know what time that is yet or when that is. Haven't heard much about the Chiefs in terms of a visit, but if this is true, I don't think he'll sign until at least next week. Roderick Fields, who you think is going to be an MVP against Cincinnati? Oh, like the game MVP? It's got to be Mahomes. Mahomes has to outplay Burrow. When you get into these big-time matchups, it comes down to which quarterback plays better. Usually that's Mahomes, but Burrow outplayed him in the second half last year. There's no doubt, and Cincinnati won that game. From Nick Yates, keep Rojo active and activate CEH. And bring in Geno Atkins to a vet-min deal. Okay, sign Geno Atkins. Didn't think we'd be talking about that today, but with the Melvin Gordon addition, there's a lot of speculation what's going to happen with Ronald Jones, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We'll see how that all plays out. But, the running back position certainly something to watch. Geno Atkins, not so sure about that one. Kate Chappell, will all our wide receivers be healthy for next Sunday against Cincinnati? McCole Hardman is still on IR. He's not eligible to return yet, and I don't think Kadarius Toney will play, but maybe he will, depending on when you're watching this. We may have a clearer picture on that, but so the short answer is no, because at minimum, McCole Hardman will not be out there. BetUS, our sportsbook partner here at the Kansas City Chiefs Report, and if you want to go bet on this matchup, Chiefs-Bengals on Sunday, you could do so by going to chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Go set up your account and then use promo code Chiefs125 to get a 125% deposit bonus. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet, promo code Chiefs125. We do have the latest MVP odds. Patrick Mahomes, the heavy favorite at -150. Put down $15 to win 10 there. If you put $10 on Jalen Hurts, you would win $35.50 if he wins it, so on and so forth. Tua, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. Use the promo code Chiefs125. And hey, since we're on the topic, is Patrick Mahomes a lock to win MVP? Type L for lock, type N for not yet. I don't think he's a lock, but he is a heavy favorite. So if you feel good about that, go bet on him. Chatsports.com/ChiefsBet. A few more here. Green KC, how did Kadarius Toney get injured again? I didn't see it. Yeah, it's a bit unclear when it happened, but he had some hamstring injuries his first year and a half with the Giants. So, when you have kind of these twitchy type of athletes, you can pull a hammy pretty easily. So, at some point it happened in that game against the Chargers on Sunday night a couple weeks ago. So, unclear when exactly it did. From Sean Hooker, is it crazy how everyone gets healthy to play the Chiefs? I mean, this is probably about when Ja'Marr Chase is going to return. He tried to play last week, wasn't quite ready. But, yeah, I mean, sometimes you get lucky and unlucky with the injury bug, both on your team and your opponents that you play as well. It's the NFL, man. You play who you play, and regardless of who's out there. From Du Bois, maybe draft Jahmyr Gibbs, and we will sack Joe Burrow 9 times. Are you talking about Alabama running back Jahmyr Gibbs? Because I don't think he can rush the pass here. If you're talking about Will Anderson, maybe, but I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to draft him. He's going to go top 3 or 4. Appreciate the questions. Couple more here. Hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat. We got Terry. Do you think Pat looked blah, blah at time? Yeah, I thought for about a quarter there, it kind of was not sloppy, but just the details weren't the sharpest. And he kind of said that. He was like, I got to eliminate the bad mistake. He's like, I tend to have one bad decision a game, the interception in the end zone, and he kind of does that sometimes. As great as he is, he's good for, maybe one play a game where you're like, dude, what are you doing? Just eat that one. So, but you live with those because of the amount of awesome, insane plays that he does make. Kate Chappell, how many rings do you think Mahomes will get in his career? I said this before, I'll say it again. I think he gets at least 3. I just do. I mean, he's already got one. He's still only, 26, 27, whatever. He's going to play at least another decade. So I think he gets at least 2 more. You know, if he gets number 2 this year, I'd say there's a good chance he gets 4. I just think, you know, he's still improving. Quarterbacks are playing for a long time. He just, you know, he's a guy that I believe in a ton. And as long as he's on your side of the field, you got a chance to win every game you play in. Brett Lutz gets the final word. Which AFC team matches up the best against the Chiefs? You know, Tennessee matches up pretty well defensively. It's just I don't think their offense can score enough. So, you know, I think they're a team that challenges Kansas City. The Bills match up fairly well. Obviously, they've given the Chiefs some good games over the years. Miami's the wild card to me. We haven't seen this revamped Dolphins team play the Chiefs. Could they challenge Kansas City in that secondary? I think it's possible. You know, they got Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, 2 of the fastest guys in the league on the same offense. So, and we know how dangerous Tyreek can be. So that's a team that I'm keeping an eye on for sure. All right, shout out your favorite barbecue joint in Kansas City. Shout it out in the comments. You got a local spot that you want to represent, go ahead and shout it out in the comments. I'll be reading them. All right. Big T's from Green, Joe's from Austin. Gonna get out of here soon. Tatum says yes. Gates from Church. You guys saying? Danny's barbecue. Any update on OBJ other than he got kicked off a plane? Nope. Yeah, we don't know much. He's gonna have a couple meetings, but you know, we'll see if the Chiefs get in the mix or not. Gates for sure. Danny's, Jack Stack. All right. We'll see. Slaps barbecue from Freddie. Well, we're going to get out of here, guys. If you missed it, Melvin Gordon signing with the Chiefs practice squad. Expectation is he'll be elevated to the active roster at some point. Shout out Tom Pelissero for breaking that news as the Chiefs add another player for the stretch run. We'll see how big of an impact he could possibly have. Obviously, he's played in this division for a long time. If you want more information on that signing, we published a video about 30 minutes ago, so go check that out on the channel. Subscribe, go to the videos tab or content tab, and you will be able to find it right there. All right, I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you guys soon here on the Chiefs Report.